You know why the social media platforms are so popular, and especially when it started with videos and pictures, because everything starts with a conversation. It starts with somebody opening their mouth. Even people who do not believe in God recognize and realize that the universe, whatever they want to call it, that they call themselves praying to, began with Him speaking. And just like that, since we were made and created in His fashion and in His form, guess what? It starts with speaking. So whether it's an affair, whether you building a business, whether you are building a marriage, building a relationship, starting a business, trying to correct somebody, trying to teach somebody something, whether it's like you're trying to impart things into your children, everything begins with a conversation. So if you don't talk, if you ever want to know, and you know why women tend to get frustrated when a man doesn't talk, because you can kill anything with silence. See, silence is deadly and silence is golden. It's a two-edged sword, and you got to know when to use it, how to use it to get what you want from it. So when you don't talk in a relationship, you're killing the relationship. You're killing whatever you're trying to build. You notice how right now everybody is talking about the election. We're talking about our choices and we're talking about candidates. That's the same way we got to do every day. If we want to break generational curses, if you want to stop waiting until it's time to vote before you have meaningful conversations, you've got to start in your homes. It starts with teaching and whatever you're sitting around talking about. I know I get on my children's and my family nerve because I can find a lesson in anything. I watch a lot of TV. And I don't care if it's fictional or if it's reality. I will find a lesson in it and I will build on that lesson and I'll share it and I'll talk about it. Because if you don't talk about it, you can't change it. If we want to change money, it's not about how much money you leave your children. If they don't know how to manage it, look at some of us. We've gone through our entire lives with not managing money properly and blaming the system, blaming everything else but ourselves. It starts with the conversation. I'm going to keep saying it. We grew up, we didn't talk about money. Now we realize we need to talk about money. Children need to understand what it means to save, what it means for an interest rate, how much you can earn on a dollar. We need to talk about about saving and not living up to the very top of whatever we make. We need to discuss what it means to have good credit and to keep good credit. We need to talk about home ownership and why it's important. We need to talk about investments and we need to talk about stocks. We need to understand what it means whenever a stock is getting ready to open or when it to get in the ground floor. We need to talk about it. A lot of the things that make money in the United States of America, black communities consume it, and yet we make nothing from it. Just look at the Nike stock that went up when Colin Kaepernick was protesting, and then Nike signed him. You know why? It's that black dollar. But how many of us have stock in Nike? We're spending, but we're not getting a return on our investment. Do you have stock in anything that you own or consume? Even if you don't know a lot about it, the first things we did with our stock was just buy things that we had, that we invested in, that, you know, like we had a Ford truck. So we bought Ford stock. We use Microsoft. So we bought Microsoft. And it's been one of our biggest winners in the stock market. It's the simple things, but it all starts with the conversation. And if you don't start talking, if you keep quiet, think about what you're killing and think about what you're not building. Even if you don't feel like you're killing something, you're not building, you're not contributing. So use your voice. Your voice matters. What you don't understand, you cannot correct. What you do not confront, you cannot change. And when you don't change anything, you are allowing things to repeat, cycles to repeat that you want no part of. If you want something to change, you've got to be active in the change. It's been your girl, the Queen Bee of doing business better, because I know you want that money to change. And if you don't do something different, you're going to go through this same year and you're going to go into 2025 shouting a slogan, but nothing changes. And I want to see you do business better. That's why I'm all up in your business. Bye-bye.